Hey guys, welcome to Cinema Pronoia. Today we have with us actor, producer, director, Mr. Faisal Khan sir, and many of you would have known him since childhood. He has been acting since the 90s, and now he has made his directorial debut with the film Factory. It's going to release soon, and today he's here with us to interact about that film. And welcome, sir. Welcome to our show.
Yeah, thanks, Arya.
Yes. So the first thing is how this project got. Where did
How
you
it came
start?
about?
And
Yeah, see,
yes,
actually, I'll tell you one thing. I have started my journey in this industry as an assistant director.
yes,
Okay, I was fortunate enough because my father, he was a producer,
yeah,
and my uncle was a producer director, and my cousin Mansoor Khan also was a director. So I assisted Mansoor Khan in his first film,
yeah,
Kamat Se Kamat Tak. And then I assisted my dad in one film called Tum Mere Ho. And then
hmm.
I went back into assisting Mansoor
Yes,
Khan for Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar.
Sikandar, yeah,
So at
yes,
that time, of course, I had done my assistant director. As an assistant director, I joined and I started right from a clapper boy
hmm.
to filling in trunks of costumes and arranging properties and everything. And then I went on to writing continuity sheets and all that, and learning the camera angles from behind the scenes as a assistant director.
Yes,
So that was my experience, and I did these three films. So my journey started off from there. When I was assistant directing, I didn't think whether I would direct, I would act, or whatever, because Amir, my elder brother, he became an actor.
hmm.
In his first film only, it became a hit. So then my mind was like, should I get into direction or should I get into
Hmm.
acting, or which field should
yeah,
I choose? So it was a difficult thing to decide at
yes,
that point. But then I was wondering whether do I have the looks to become an actor, all those things, because the actors of those times, Dharminder and Vinod Khanna, and are all good-looking guys. So
Hmm.
as an actor, you're just evaluating yourself whether you're good enough.
When you are good, okay, sir. Very well said.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So then, when I was assisting in Jojita Wohi Sikandar, that was the first time when I saw a lot of new actors acting.
Hmm.
There were some new actors apart from Amir had done a couple of films till that time. And when I
yes, sir.
saw the new actors performing,
Hmm.
so that gave me a little confidence that maybe even I, although I'm new, then maybe I can also get into acting and all that.
Yes.
So that's how the thought of acting came to my mind, and then I did a 1 year acting course with Roshan Taneja ji. That's how I gradually
Acting.
went into acting. And
Yes.
my father, since he was a producer, he produced a film for me. So I had learned the ropes of direction and all that right from that time, of course.
Yeah.
But then later on, what happened was that then I went to acting, and some of my films flopped, and whatever happened and all that. And then since I had already learned direction, I was like, maybe sometime I might direct in life.
Yeah.
The thought used to come into me, and whenever I used to do any project with any of my directors, I used to give in a lot of inputs, because I used to take that project as my project, as my
Yes,
baby.
sir. Hmm.
So that's how that was happening. And then suddenly, what happened was with this film, I went into a lot of planning, because the director of this film was Sharik Minaz, and in fact, we had a Mahurat with him of
Okay.
the film Factory. The Mahurat happened, and I sung a song in the film and all that. But then what happened that as the days were happening, and Sharik was not being able to give enough time to this project, and I felt that I am a serious actor and a serious person, and I take my work very seriously. So he was not being able to give enough time. So then I one day had a chat with him on the, and then I was organizing everything. I was doing workshops with the actors,
Hmm.
narrating the script to the fight master, to other actors, signing them on, because sometimes like we had to change the actors. So then Shari could not come and give a narration also to the other actors. So I
Hmm.
was giving the narration also and all that. So I was getting more and more into the film.
Yes. Hmm.
Then I went and brought properties and all that. So we had a tight budget also for this film.
Yeah.
So a lot of work was being handled by me. In the writing part also, I gave a lot of inputs till the script got ready. So
Yes.
I was totally involved, and then we did workshops with one of the heroines, and then she suddenly started throwing some tantrums and all that. Although she was new, So then we chucked her out, and we again went into auditioning girls, and then we found another girl, and her name is Rolly Ryan. And then suddenly we felt that yeah, she's right for the role. Then I started. I knew all my script and my lines till that time because I'd already mugged up with the first heroine.
Yeah.
So then this heroine came in again. I started workshops and all that. So I was, but why I'm telling you all this, I was going more and more deeper into this film.
Yeah,
You
more
know,
involved. Yeah.
so I was getting more and more involved with each step, and I was taking it as a challenge.
Yeah.
Then we had workshops on the terrace with the properties of the film. I asked my art director and my cameraman, well, the project's cameraman, and that time they were not my project, but since I was so involved, I asked the director, the cameraman and the art director, that where all the properties are placed and all that, because 70% of the film is in one location.
Yeah.
So I took all the properties, the rough properties, I collected them, and I went on the terrace and I chalked out the movements of the characters with each scene, because we already by hearted the scenes by that time. So what each
Yeah.
character would emote and their movements.
Mm-hmm.
So that really helped me. And then when we went on the shoot again, the director was not giving enough time. He was like, so I was disheartened. I called him to my room. The producers got disheartened. कि यार क्या हो रहा है? Then I had a talk with him. I told him, शारिक भाई ये ऐसे नहीं बन सकती पिक्चर यार, क्योंकि मैं एक अलग विजन से हूँ और एक अलग लेवल से मैं घुस चुका हूँ इस पिक्चर में.
Mm-hmm.
तो आपका विजन कुछ अलग जा रहा है. और देन आल्सो वन मोर थिंग आई थॉट, माय करियर इज, सी आई हैव गिवन मेजरली films which have not done well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this, I felt this is one of my last hopes and my last chance to do well and to make. And since I believed in the project so much, in the script so much, and as I said, right from the scripting process I was involved with the film.
Yeah.
So I felt that, yeah, I saw this thing falling apart. So I felt disheartened, and I said, no, yeah, I have to give it my best. Then I said, yeah, I have learned my assistant direction. For which day? So I had a talk with my director. The producers also were of the viewpoint that why don't you only direct, because you are so involved and you know everything, you know each point about the script, each little thing, all the dialogues of all the actors. So then I said, "Ha, yaar, this. I will have to go ahead, and if this project has to be made the way it is, and this is one of my last chances, because also I felt that, see, age is not on my side. Now I'm of a particular age, and maybe for a few years I can act more. So I felt that this was really my last hope. So that's how I took on the direction, and I spoke to the director, and he was also gracious enough to accept his fault and his not being involved in the project.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I took over the reins of the project, and from then on, just after 2 days, I had to talk with him. So then on that happened, and then I reshot whatever I had to reshoot, and work the project ahead. Luckily, in this project, what has happened is that there are very few actors. This project is not very heavy in character, not many characters. It was an easier project to handle. And then since I had done my workshop so thoroughly with the heroine,
Mm-hmm.
with Rolly Ryan. Although she's a new girl, she worked hard. Then I could focus on camera and all that. On the sets. I didn't have to, take that much or bother so much about Rolly Ryan, because I knew she would deliver well. She was doing well in the rehearsals, so I could take off my attention from her and focus more on what's happening on the set, and improve all that. So it's a good thing to rehearse very well and have workshops on a project, because you're also students. Tomorrow you all will
Yes, sir. Yeah,
go ahead
like
and then finish.
pre-production. Yeah.
Yeah, so the pre-production and the planning has to be very strong, and I really organized everything so well. Also because, see, the thing is that we didn't have a big budget.
Mm-hmm.
There were budget constraints also. So I had to plan extra well. So
Yeah.
all that took a lot of time, and luckily everything went off very well after that. And the film was made, and I'm happy the way the film has turned out, because I mean, whatever best I could do, and all the experience that I have collected as an assistant director, as an actor, with the music sittings as a child, which we used to, because that mahal was such of a house that our father used to encourage us to sit with story sittings, with music sittings. So all the experience. Then I did theater for 9 years with Makaran Deshpande, so and with
Mm.
some other directors. So all those experience that I had collected as an actor, learning fighting, dancing, singing, horse riding, everything, whatever I had learned, I said since I'm directing, I have to put everything I have in this project,
Mm.
and that's what I've exactly done. And I've tried my best to whatever justify everything that I could do, and in the script whatever was needed from
Mm.
all the departments, I pushed all the departments and I tried to do my best.
Yeah.
Now whenever the film releases, and when the people see it, I'm eager to see their response,
Yes.
that after giving in all my efforts, I'm eager to see how the audience and the people who watch the film will respond to it.
Yes.
So
Yes,
that's another exciting part now.
Mm.
So that's how the process, that's how I became a director.
Yeah. Mm.
yes,
If you ask, that was your question, that how did I get into this. So I hope that majority of the people like the film. That will give me happiness and a motivation to make more films.
so
Yeah,
when you like we have seen your father's film and your uncle's film, Tahir
yeah,
Saab and Nasir Saab. So
yeah,
when we used to see their films, even like Jo Jeeta Hai Wahi Sikandar or Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak
yeah,
or any other film, they the music of that particular film used to be very powerful and very amazing.
yeah,
So you have also sang a song in this film. So does
yeah.
that interest for music or does that interest for singing came from that background, came from those films? Is there used to be kind of musical sitting with you and your father and uncle? So like that developed the love for music and singing and everything.
No, we used to hear a lot of good music because my uncle was known for his musical hits,
Yeah.
and my father also films that had a lot of good
Yes,
music. But the so
yes,
music was always good. I mean, I like hearing good music, good songs, collecting good music, collecting
yes,
good music. I had a good collection. I have a good collection now also. What happens with films is that if you have a hit song, it always helps your film.
Yeah.
yes,
I believe having good music gives repeat value. Having good performances gives repeat value to, having good action gives repeat value to every
Mm.
good thing that you have, every
They
added
mean.
plus point that you have in your film gives repeat value to your film. That's what I believe
yes,
in. What happened
yes,
again? What happened was that when my first film flopped, I realized that my voice also was not opening up as an actor.
yes, sir.
So I did theater so I could speak loudly. I
Mm.
Yes,
could reach to the last audience. I
yes,
wanted to open up my voice, and
yes.
for that I did singing also. So
Oh,
I've done classical singing for 2 3 years, but that was way
wow.
back in 1996, around that time.
Mm.
But then of course I'm not been in touch, so I
Yes,
can't sing very well, but I know what feel to give.
Yeah.
yes, yes,
So that again helped me to select good tunes in
yes,
the
sir.
film. And I wanted to sing because I felt that I am a better singer than majority of these actors that have sung.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
yes.
Yes.
So that's what I felt. So I wanted to give it a try. I wanted to give it a shot.
Okay. How
Yeah.
do you see your future as an actor and as a director?
Like I said, I'm very conscious that tomorrow, in the near future, I won't be able to act because of a natural growing old process. I can't be a
Yes,
hero always.
Mm.
So maybe
yes,
I can graduate to playing father roles or whatever roles, but maybe then I have to shift. I want to shift. Luckily, I've shifted from acting to direction,
Mm. Mm.
where your
yes,
looks don't matter. When you're directing, your looks don't matter. You have
Yeah.
to only be behind the scene.
yes,
So maybe I'll do some
yes,
smaller bits or some father roles later on in years to come, and I can direct and I can write.
Yeah.
yes,
So that's what I'll
yes,
focus on in the coming years.
And sir,
yes,
coming to Factory,
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you said there are minimum number of characters. So can you tell something about the cast of your film Factory?
See, in this film, there are only 6 characters,
Okay.
and majority of the scenes are done by 5 characters. One character, in fact, just comes for one scene. Even from the 5 characters, the 2 characters are the most important, are the hero and the heroine. And Roli Ryan has done a wonderful job. She's a newcomer, but she's performed very well. She worked very hard. You should come on time for the rehearsals. We did a lot of workshops. First, we just used to read lines at home and throw the lines at each other. Then we went on the terrace and did the lines with the movements with the properties. So she
Mm-hmm.
worked very hard, and that shows in her performance. She's a very good, dedicated actress, and she's good looking. And our chemistry also gels well, between me and Roli. And like I said, the film has a lot of give and take between the two important characters, as the heroine's character and the hero's character. So luckily, after all the hundreds of girls we tested, I could get Roli Ryan and our creative director and me, and we were very happy that yeah, she's got the right look and she performed very well. She's looking good.
Yeah.
So Roli has done well, and that's her first film, and she's worked very hard. Well, I wish her all the luck, and I hope she does well. And then the other actor we had was Rajkumar Kanodia. So he is a very seasoned actor. He's a great actor. And he has lovely timing as a comedian. He's done a lot of comic roles and a lot of ads. And he's a seasoned actor. So he was also a part of the film, and he performed really well. He's given the little comical touches, the relief of the film. Otherwise the film would have been very heavy. So we needed a little comical character. So which the relief and the laughs, that's what Rajkumar Kanodia provides us with. Then there's Ribu Mera, and he's got a very important role. He's done very well. He's a television actor. He's mainly done television till now, but he's a great actor. He's a good looker, and he's performed with sincerity. Yeah, Sharad Singh is another actor who plays his part well. He's a hardworking guy. In fact, he had to do action as well. He had to do a dance number, uh, and he had to perform some scenes. So he also performed very well. He's also a very hardworking, sincere actor. Luckily, my
Yes.
actors were very professional, whether it be Roli Ryan, whether it be
Yes.
Rajkumar Kanodia, whether it be Ribu Mera, and whether it be Sharad Singh. I feel that if the captain of the ship, if the director who is the captain of the ship, if they see his involvement and if they see the hero's involvement, and luckily I was both in the film.
Yes.
I think that the seriousness of the work starts rubbing off on the full unit.
Yes.
Everyone feels कि नहीं यार ये कुछ serious काम हो रहा है और कुछ serious
Yes.
बात बन रही है. Otherwise
Yes.
the joking, working and all that. Luckily, I mean, I was totally involved. I didn't have any time to joke with anyone. It was the pressure of actor and director.
Yes.
And let me tell you one more thing. In this film, the producers also knew.
Yeah.
So that pressure also fell on me. Plus, I had a limited budget. So there was immense pressure.
What do you think about the technical aspects of the film?
The technical aspects are important in a film. They're very important. But like I say, I mean, the technique should not overpower the emotions. That's what I feel. Luckily, I had a good team. The production in charge also was very nice. Ashish, he did a lot of good work. My cameraman was very good, Mohsin, and the art director was very good. Lollipop, who I requested, because this is another incident where I would like to say Lollipop ji. He's a choreographer.
Yeah.
And I have worked on with him in the past. Amir has done Atikia Khandala with him in the past. So I went and approached him when I took over the reins. I said, there's one very good song in the film ke Friday ho dry day ho mala daru paiche. It's like a commercial song.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
song I knew only he could direct, and we shot it once
Yeah.
and it didn't turn out well. Then I approached him. I told him that, see, Lolly, we have very less money here. So I requested him that I can't
Yes.
give you money in this film, but I mean, we'll try our best. We'll do a good song.
No.
So there are people in the industry
Yes.
like Lollipop also who said that, Faisal, money doesn't matter. I want to work with you. Your family
Yes.
and you all have done so much for the industry, and I would like to work with you since it's your first project. So there are many good people in the industry also who support you and who don't do only things for money, like Lolly and all. They are so much into their craft, so much into their
Yes.
work, so passionate about their work. And then I got an equally good team when the technical
Yes.
when I finished for the post. Sunil Yadav, who is the editor of the film, he was very good, and he edited the film really well. We gelled well together. And then there was Jayant Haldar, who did give really good mixing. He did really good. He's a sound technician, sound engineer. He gave lovely mixing, and the film, the right mix of the dialogues not overpowering the music, and when the music has to take over, the full orchestration of the full film was very well done by Jayant. So he was an asset to the film. Then there's one very important person who's done the background music of my film, and that is Shekhar Singh. The background music that I was looking for, because background music is a thing that it comes continuously throughout the film. So
Mm.
Yeah,
the
it
emotions it
elevates the
takes
film.
you, yeah, it elevates, but when it should elevate and the right kind of tension it should create. See, it's a thriller, right? My film is a romantic thriller, so the excitement it should create, the romantic moments should have that kind of feel. So Shekhar Singh could understand. I gave him a narration of the script when he came, and he understood the full film very well. I'm very happy with Shekhar. He's done a lovely, wonderful job for me, and yeah, I'm just blessed with having good technicians all around me, and that really made my film come alive. Even Sandeep, who was the DI, who did the DI,
Mm.
and everything was going so well with my full team
Mm.
that I could see my vision coming to life with them. Filmmaking is all about teamwork.
Mm.
You get the right team, you get your right set of actors, and your product will turn out well.
Yeah.
So does the pandemic affected the production of the film?
Or it was
Luckily, what
shot before.
happened? Luckily, Utkarsh, what happened was that मतलब ऐसा हुआ कि my editing got over. My first copy came out, and the lockdown happened.
Oh shit.
So I couldn't release my film. So that was one thing where the film happened. I had a couple of trials. I remember with showing the closed unit and few close people, and the lockdown happened, and then I couldn't release my film. So I'm waiting for the lockdown to end. Either I'm yet deciding whether I should go with the OTT or whether I should go to the theaters. So
Mm.
that process is going on yet. So if a OTT platform takes it on, and a good one, then I'll give it. So let's see what happens.
Yes.
I'm hoping for the best, and I think what is best for the film will happen.
Yeah. So, sir, now that you have directed your first film, so what do you
Yeah.
think is the formula for a hit film?
No, there is no real formula for a hit or a flop film. The thing is that if anyone knew the formula, he would be a king. So you would keep making hit films and not give flops, and there won't be so many flops in the industries, and our industry and film line would just be flourishing like hell. But the sad part is, but the sad part is that I mean, if you see the ratio of a hits and a flop in a year, they are, I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
very less.
95% films which flop at the box office. So, well, no one really knows the formula for a hit or a flop. But I would suggest that a person directing a film or a producer making a film should intend to make a good film rather than a hit film
Mm.
or a successful film. You can't guarantee how many people will see your film. But even if that one person goes to the theater and says, "Wow, what a good film," the experience he has after watching the film, and if he likes the film, then you won your battle. See, hit and flop is, it's a game of, it's a different business. Selling your film, releasing your film is a different business altogether. You know, and unfortunately, the number of tickets you sell, the box office marks says whether your film is a hit or not. You know, so ultimately,
Yes.
sometimes some good films also, because the numbers are not showing, it's supposed to be it's a flop film. For example, Andaz Apna Apna was supposed to be a flop at the box office, but later on, when people saw it at TV, it
Yeah.
became a cult.
Yeah.
So and now people say, "Wow,
Yeah.
what a film! What a film!" Mela is the example which I faced. Because
Yeah.
Mela at the box office did not do well, but then later on, for 20 years till now, it's yet running on TV. So then you can't say only a box office is a hit film or flop film. I got my
Yeah.
recognition through Mela. So there's no hit formula, but you should make a person should enjoy your film. Film has to be made with Shraddha.
Mm.
Worship. Work is worship.
Yes.
That
Yes,
attitude.
sir.
And then that reaches the end.
Yes.
So if a small film also becomes a hit, why?
Yes.
Because it doesn't have so many all the. It's not made a very expensive, but it's touching your soul.
Yes.
So picture बड़ी छोटी बाद में होती है.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, you should do your best. At that point, you should give your best.
So, according to you, how important is the script for to make a film?
Yeah, see, when the script is very important in a film, it's highly important. It's the thing when you start making a film, you start writing it, right? You have to know what you're making. You have to write your film. So the writing is like, it's like sowing a seed, and then planting it, giving it water every day, giving it the right khad and all that, and then you see the
Yeah.
tree growing. So if your seed is not good, and if your land is, if you have to have a good seed and good khad and all that to give all the things, so the tree grows well. So the thing I'm giving the example because even while making a film, to write the film, and you should always write your film complete, right till the end, because that is how you're going to shoot it. So if you have written an interesting script, while reading it, if you are being interested in what you've written, then you will automatically make a good film. It's like building a building. You make a good foundation, and then you build the building on that. That's how strong your building will be. If your foundation is weak, and in regards to a film, if your script is badly written, it's not interesting, even the actors will not get interested. Everyone will, slowly you will also lose your interest in making the, and you will just say chalo yaar kar lete hain, ab likh diya, ban rahi hai, bana lete hain.
Yeah.
So you should revisit your script many times while writing it, and you should make an interesting script, make interesting characters, and then even when the actors are excited with the script, they improvise. I'm not against improvisation. I'm not saying कि जो लिखा है अब वैसे ही बनाना है. Sometimes you come out with creativity. That's what creativity is all about. You write something, but 99% you have to stick to your script, and that 1% you leave for spontaneity and the unpredictable things that happen during the making of a film.
Yes.
So
Sir,
enlighten
why
me all
this
with.
film is named Factory? Any specific?
We were not getting a title, for
Yeah,
this film. Yeah, that's a good question.
yeah.
Why this name is title Factory? Because we were wondering what should the title be. I was not getting the right title for long, but then since, like I told you, 70-80% of the film is in a factory, so the location became the title. It's
So
non-committal. The factory,
Yes.
the title is non-committal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not giving a romantic title
Yes.
out. It's not giving a thriller, because the film has both. If I go only for a romance title, then the thrilling and the action part is also there. How do we justify that? If I give only a action title, then the romantic part suffers. So I have to balance out both. So I went for a non-committal title,
Mm-hmm.
and that I got by the location.
So it's a thriller. So the genre of
It's
this.
a thriller.
Oh
It's
wow.
a thriller. It's a
Yeah.
romantic thriller.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us your valuable time and
Most welcome.
sharing tidbits and interesting stuff about your film Factory, and also about filmmaking in general.
Yeah.
yeah, it was a pleasure, sir. It was our pleasure
Yes,
having you on our show, and it was indeed a very inspiring session for us also, and for all the film aspirants who will be watching this interview on our
Yeah.
channel. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, sir, for giving us the time. Yeah,
No, thanks so much for having me on the show, and we'll have many more interactive sessions. And I hope everyone gets a lot of information from
sure,
this, and does work, and it inspires them a lot. So
Yes.
I wish all of you all the best, yeah,
yes.
and
Thank
hopefully
you.
you all
So
become good
thank you,
filmmakers
sir.
and
And
do
all
well
the
in
best
all
to
your
your
films.
films, sir. Hope Factory
Yeah,
does well, whether on
thank,
theatrical or OTT. Yes,
yeah, thanks so much.
Yes.
And I would like to know your reviews later on once you all watch the film.
yes, sure,
So
sir.
Sure,
please
sir.
do,
Sure, sir.
once you all watch the film, please let me know.
Yes,
Sure, sir.
I would like all the viewers to share, like, and subscribe to Cinema Pronoia. These young lads are doing a very good work, and I hope and I wish all the best to them in the future. Thank you.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.